is going on, guys, gals, aliens, and degen freaks? Let me adjust the camera here real quick. We're a little too high on the frame here. All right. What is going on, guys, gals, aliens, and degen freaks? Welcome to Dano Crypto. On this channel, we show you guys how to make simple, effective, and easy moves in the cryptocurrency ecosystems. So we are kind of having a little bit of a crypto bloodbath again. Alt's kind of getting wrecked a little bit. Things going down. Bitcoin going all the way down into that descending wedge that we were talking about. So guys, we're going to get into it. But first, I want you to smash up the like button. Hit the subscribe button, get this thing shared out, because sometimes the YouTube algorithm is absolute trash and they do not push out these live streams to my subscribers, to my community as much as they should, or put it in the search. And also I want to let you guys know that 60% of the people that watch this channel and actually enjoy the content don't subscribe. So guys, I am asking you to do me a favor and subscribe when you like the content that you watch on YouTube. I'll say my wife is very guilty of it. She watches all these different channels and hours of them, and you know, just different niche stuff. And I'm like, oh, did you subscribe? Did you like it? And she's like, no, I didn't. And I'm like, come on. Don't be part of the problem. But guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys for giving me your time. Even if you're a grifter, you are allowed to grift. You can grift all you want, but we will say if you could just do us a favor and hit that subscribe button and get those numbers up, because, you know, YouTube is all about those metrics. They're all about the metrics and the numbers. So let's get into some of the news here. First off, we just want to say that, hey, Kendu's coming up. Kendu's coming up in the charts here. Don't be left behind. So we're getting into Kendu. We like Kendu in the top 200 to 300 list of coins, up 670% on the month. So also we have in the list of the top 100 for the month, we have Turbo, People, Mew. On the weekly, what else do we have here? Most things in the red, though. You start going to the top 100, go to the daily, go to the monthly, and you can see on the monthly, we have coins like Brett, we have coins like NAKA, meme coin that is on Ton chain, and then Brett is, if you're not familiar with Brett, it is, I think, the official mascot for the base chain, which is Coinbase's layer 2 for Ethereum. So, with that being said, there's some interesting things happening. You know, you go to the hourly, and on the daily here, things have been going down, but then also on the daily, you will be able to see what the stronger projects are, the stronger altcoins that you can keep an eye on. So we see Jasmy, we see Near, we see FTM, we see ENS, Ethereum Name Service, Core, Gala. You know, some outliers here. We have not coins at 1.3%, but then on the hourly, this is where we might be able to get even a little bit more tight data. What isn't down the most and what is down the most? Pepe, we got 2.8%. Phantom on the hourly, 2.9%. But let's get into the Bitcoin price currently, and it looks like on the 4-hour, we just got broken down right onto this trend line, and this, man, guys, it's not looking too good. It's not looking too good in the short term, because the obvious next stop for Bitcoin, if it just keeps breaking down and sliding down this band with no volume, and we don't get any bullish divergence reversal with a nice bounce to test back up to the $66,000 level. We have lost these levels right here. We completely broke down 2 different times off of these levels in this range. So what has that done? Well, it has now given a different market sentiment for where the next bounce point will be with Bitcoin. So if you're going into the daily, The bottom of the band is at 57,000. And if you're at the moving 20 SMA moving average, then the 20 SMA moving average would be sending us back into this 63.9 or this bounce support level right here off of 61,004. So could this be dragging us down and the market's dragging us into this liquidity area for a potential bounce and a clearing of a lot of longs getting liquidated? Basically, if we go down this low, there are so many liquidation levels at this level at 61,000, and I'll tell you why. I'm a part of it. Here you go. Here's your estimated liquidation prices right there, 61,285. So I bet that a lot of other people's longs are also going to be liquidated at around 62,007 at between this range right here. This is where liquidations are probably going to be happening like wildfire right here. All in between these ranges, we're going to get liquidations. But in order to liquidate, you have to sell. It's like it liquidates, and it also, what it does is that could actually end up bouncing this price really hard off of these levels, especially if we get the liquidations toppled with institutional buying with limit order buys to scoop up the Bitcoin right at these levels or right below to then send us to the moon, or at least back up to test to test up into that level right here to test back up, so then we can start getting into because all this is a sideways. This is a giant sideways range, and that's great. This is actually really healthy. This is healthy because then it gives us a little bit more time before Bitcoin goes and does this, which is the weekly pattern breakout of the Indeed Cup and Handle formation that we think is actually going to break. And our target for that is pretty high. It's at like 97,000. I think we're going to be crushing up into here, especially if you look at the RSI. Look at where the RSI is when we had that dump, and look at where the price is now, where we've had a little bit of time to cool off. If you're looking at the weekly, this is just really nice sideways action. If we were going to be dumping to $43,000, we would have already done so. In my personal opinion. I don't know. I'd love to know what you guys think in the chat. The chat's been very silent. The chat is very silent. Super silent chat. We have 8 people on X watching. I don't know if you guys watched the live stream last night, but we were calling out Martin Speckle, whatever the weasel face's name is. We think he's lying. We think he's psyoping everyone. But that's just me. We definitely think he's psyoping people. All right, guys, if you're not in the Discord, make sure. I'm bullish too. I'm super bullish. This doesn't bother me. I mean, gosh, my trades are in the mega red, and I still don't care. I don't care. I'm going to be bullish. I'm going to be bullish, even though my trades are in the red. I will remain long-term bullish. Let's check on Jasmine. Jessame. Yeah, let's see. I think there is a big potential run on Jasmy. Yeah. And we could definitely get back up to 4 cents. I mean, for sure. Once we see some altcoins kind of getting some traction, this is the time to be accumulating. You know, it's a 71% move to the upside. I mean, we're looking at the weekly chart here. If we go to the daily here, and you can see kind of in a little bit of a descending pattern here. Descending pattern. The recent support here and recent bounce. Looks like there's some volume. I will. We got to dive into it. Yes, let's dive in a little bit more. So they're tapping into the market in terms of like the Japanese market, and also what are they in partnerships with making semiconductors or using their technology for making semiconductors is what you're saying? Yeah, so I guess you could build a narrative on GPU, shared GPU, AI, the components that it takes to make these high-level GPUs and computers, and all the things in the stacks and the computer racks that have to be built in a lot of these facilities to be able to house all of the networking components, all of the, everything that it takes to have, say, a facility like what Elon Musk is creating with his XAI company. I don't know if you guys saw in one of the previous live streams that we did, we were talking about how XAI has partnered with Dell, which is one of the most famous household name computer companies that pretty much, I guarantee you, like 99% of you had a Dell in your house at some point. A Dell Dimension or Dell Inspiron or, whatever, or maybe even an Alienware or something like that. Or what's the... not Alienware, but I think Dell eventually bought Alienware. But man, yeah. Most likely you had Dell in your household. So it's really cool that Elon is giving Dell the opportunity to build the racks in his facility for this for his company. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, if you really just want to say, hey, in the next 10 years, I mean, these companies are going to skyrocket just because of where we're going in our meta for what we're doing in real world asset tokenization. And it's old Sony employees. Yeah, I mean, Sony has been in the game for so long. They've been innovators in the technological space for for gaming, for just almost just about everything. So that's really cool. Yeah, we'll have to do a little more deep dive into Jasmy. So yeah, Jasmy is one of those coins that we have mentioned about its all-time high being, where was it? Was it in this? There it is. Yeah. So number 68, Jasmy at 2 cents, almost 3 cents, and its all-time high was sitting at $4.79 3 years ago, February 16th, 2021. And I remember the reason why I was seeing Jasmy is because I was a normal Voyager user, so the exchange, and they actually listed Jasmy pretty early, and it was nice to be able to see something like that. And then I think at that point I should have probably done my deep dive right there. But when it comes to altcoins, it's never too late, because especially when you know what altcoins do, they do this. through the bear market, this is what they do. If you look at every altcoin, it's pretty much the same. You have this like 2 years of just beat down, and then you have your opportunity to get back in. So that's kind of how the market structure is going with these altcoins. Is like, look, here's your long year, 2 year bear market, and then you got about 6 months to a year, or about a year if you get a super cycle of a bull market, and then the market structure changes, and then you end up getting maybe if we were to do this drawing, some kind of matching accumulation, breaking all-time highs, possibly consolidating back, and then creating a new established range at like 12 cents. Okay. And then the market structure just starts to change, because then now that's not established as a new bottom. This is. And then from there, you start to see where it's just uncharted territory, price discovery. And that's going to start happening with Ethereum. That's going to start happening with Bitcoin, is price discovery when it comes to the FOMOing of retail, when they feel like they really indeed have missed out. When Bitcoin starts to pass 80K, 90K, it just starts to go up at 10, 15% every month. And then it only starts to dip 5%, 10% to scare you again. And then it goes up 30%. That's exactly what it did in a lot of these previous runs, is where it ran up hard, and then it dipped like 25%, and then it went up another couple 100%, and then it dipped really hard, and then it went up again, and then it went all the way down. And you can see here that every time these dips are shakeouts. These dips are shakeouts. These are capitulation shakeouts of people that can't see the time trajectory of where they're going to see the actual top, and because it's difficult. But then you see here, especially, this was a major fake out, because people ended up at the top here, and then if they didn't sell, or they sold everything right here, and then there you go. And then it pumped again right here. And they didn't get back in, or they just held everything and then just rode it all the way down to the bottom. Yeah, buy in fear and hold forever. Yeah. So like, when there's all the fear, when there's the fear in the market, and the blood in the market, the red, all that stuff. I mean, that is classic. The opportunities for you to buy is when everyone is freaking out. When everyone's freaking out, that's when you buy. Yeah, let's go back here. All right, so let's look at Bitcoin. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing. What is Bitcoin doing right now? Got too many things going on this chart. Holy moly. Let's clear all that. And there's so many levels marked on this chart from different resistance points and levels that we were looking at, possible levels that we could be hitting. And it seems like we already had some of these marked at 61,100, 61,008, and 62,006. Yeah. Yep. Very interesting. Very interesting. Shiba Inu is doing the exact same thing that I think Ethereum was just doing recently. And I believe that we're going to see a run up to test the top of the wedge on the 4 hour. And then if you go to the daily, once we break that, then we will indeed break all-time highs for Shiba Inu. It's very well possible. Descending wedges break to the upside once it hits the level. Once it hits support, then we are off to the races. And so where did we have, was it the Binance chart? This Binance chart? Or is it the Coinbase chart? There it is. Yeah, I say make your own, you have to make your own decision. You don't want to get too caught up with what people are trying to influence you to say. Like, I don't even know if I would consider myself an influencer. I just like analyzing the charts live, and hopefully you guys are entertained by it. And we try and at least reveal to you what is happening on chain with some of the most popular narratives. I appreciate it, because basically I'll give you an example of how we didn't want to make you guys feel like you needed to sell your Brett when I mentioned that I was at a point where I admitted to you guys that I got scared and got fudded out of some of my Brett position because some freaking crypto Twitter person and a bunch of other people were just had this smear campaign on Brett to make you feel scared and that it was a scam when it was going to go to zero. And I told you guys about it. I made a video on it. I told you live. I said, look, I don't know what's happening, but this is what I'm going to do. And I'm letting you know that I'm publicly telling you I felt the FUD. And so I said, look, I'll hold some of it and see what happens. And if things revert, I'm going to go buy back in. And that's exactly what I did. So I let the dust settle. It's like when you swirl up the water and then you let the dirt settle to the ground, settle down, and then you can see clearer what is actually happening. And so that's when I made the decision that, like, oh yeah, that was a total FUD attack. And now I went back in. And now I'm even more convicted on Brett just for the fact of that specific attack. Because that is exactly what we talk about with crypto Twitter distractions and these people that they're basically called the cabal of crypto Twitter, where they make these trash coins to take your money and liquidity away from the stronger projects that could move way faster and harder if there wasn't this garbage, all these garbage coins that people make and distract you and make derivatives of the real thing. And that's exactly what I think this Martin guy is doing to distract you and psyop you from real projects with the right way of launching a token, which is you freaking burn 98% of it and let the rest of the supply go out to the community, and that's it. And then you let the thing take on its own form by how strong the community is and by the memeability. And if there is actually people that are pushing it, the thing almost can just almost write itself. That's literally how some coins have survived, by just the sheer community alone, like Dogecoin. Dogecoin is the perfect example of how something can survive through everything, just through the memeability of Doge and kind of what it stands for. And so, yeah. Yeah. We're getting on the rant, but it's okay. I don't know. What do you guys think? What level are we going to be? What level do you think we're going to hit? Do you think we're going to go into this range? Do you think we're going to go into the liquidation range? This is basically the liquidation range. This is what we are calling longs get wrecked box. This is the longs get wrecked box. That is what is happening here. Maybe we should put some skulls or something. I don't know. Oh, man. Let's see what happens, guys. Let's see what happens. Let's check on the news. Let's check on the news. Let's see what's happening in crypto news. Bitcoin slumps under 64K amid historic negative sentiment. The negative sentiment. Exactly, Crypto Beehive. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think this is perfect. I think this is great. I love this. If we actually get a nice bounce off of one of these, I mean, it's gonna bounce out of here. We know. I mean, it's not gonna get any lower than 61. I mean, this is gonna be the bounce area, and we'll show you why. If you just look here, this is the range. This was the range where we ended up breaking up to these levels up here, which is the resistance that we've been trying to battle this whole time. So, I mean, we could just get some massive momentum going to the upside because this is totally normal. This is totally normal. Absolutely normal. Bitcoin options market isn't buying BTC price weakness, shows bias for 100K calls. Oh, I remember our RXD, Radix. No, Crypto Lifer was talking a lot about Radix last year. So Radix new $10 million ecosystem fund is paving the way for DeFi's mass adoption. Huh. XRD Radix. Growing recognition that for DeFi to truly go mainstream, it needs to offer attractive yields, but more so, it needs to provide intuitive experiences, robust security, and compelling use cases. And is Radix claiming that they can do so? Radix Foundry grants. Less than 9 months since Radix Babylon upgrade. Multiple projects on the platform are taking off. DEXs including Caviar 9 and IcoSwap and DeFi Plaza, as well as money markets such as WEFT, and amassed more than $30 million of total value locked. So yeah, if we were to go to DeFi Llama and see kind of what's happening, what protocols are happening on Radix. Foundry grants will provide support to a diverse range of projects, including lending, borrowing, money markets, real-world assets, yield derivatives, NFT pro trading, launchpad, stablecoins, liquid staking, and more. These projects will then stand a chance to receive further $250,000 in ecosystem funding, along with dedicated marketing, business, and technical support from the RDX Works team. That's pretty awesome. This is booster grants. So yeah, if you're like a developer and you're able to get partnerships and possibly get grant money to be able to help build their DeFi ecosystem, I mean, that's pretty cool. Growth Booster is the pinnacle of the program. This provides for up to $140,000 to send projects into a seed stage growth. To qualify, all projects need to present a comprehensive plan covering both product development and business marketing growth. All of this will then be evaluated by Radix. And here's what's even more interesting. Grants can also cover additional costs for project maintenance costs, including things like auditing smart contract codes. That's dope. In total, projects can now receive up to $160,000 in booster funding across all grant stages, including any prior Radix grants. This substantial funding opportunity, combined with the dedicated support, is enough to give projects the runway they need to scale from 0 to 1. That's super awesome. It's really cool. It kind of gives people hope. They're like, I got this amazing idea. I have a team. I got a plan. Like, let me see if Radix would be a good ecosystem to start out in and get our footing, and you get that $150,000 grant money and be able to build your DApp, build your ecosystem out, real world tokenized asset, your company that you might have in physical, that you have in the physical world, and then you meta it. I mean, the possibilities are endless, guys. The possibilities are absolutely endless. All right, so we'll go back and show you guys that this is what the top 6 coins that CoinMarketCap actually thinks and the community thinks that are tokens to look out for. The 6 best right now: Kendu Inu, Merlin Chain, Cardano, Dog with No Hat, 99 Bitcoins. I got 99 Bitcoins. All right, so Starknet. But out of all these, the ones that we've actually talked about, which we thought was cool, is Kendu Inu. So Kendu Inu has been basically, oh, this is on base. See, I don't know if this is we don't follow the one on base. We follow the one on Ethereum. Market cap is 197 mil. Centralized exchanges right now: SuperX, Big One, Bitconomy Exchange, PolyNX, Bitmart, and LBANK. So if you guys want to trade Kendu Inu on LBANK, you can use my link in the video description. If you go to the link in the description, we indeed have LBANK. And so, and by the way, guys, if you want to directly support the channel, just go ahead and use all these links in the description. And very soon, because we did end the giveaway for the Treasure Safe 3. So if you have been following this giveaway, this has ended. So be on the lookout if you had signed up during the giveaway period, and look out for an email directly from BITFLEX, so then you can claim your Treasure Safe 3, which is this little nifty guy right here. And by the way, when you guys make a deposit, you get a fat, juicy bonus. And you get to go on one of the coolest exchanges. All right, with that being said, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for coming in on this Friday. I really do appreciate it. If you want to come back, we are streaming at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We stream Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time, and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we try and give you a nice recap, a nice market overview of what's been happening. We hope we, through the week, have kept you in the know with what has been happening, kind of with like regulatory stuff, with the price movements of some of these altcoins, with some of the controversy, with maybe some potential scams, you know, but we try and stay in the middle and give you guys our opinion and not really try and steer you one way or the other, but help you into then say, I'm going to take this and then I'm going to go down the rabbit hole and go do my own research and not follow what Dano Crypto is saying like a sheep. You just go and just take it and run it. And then that's how we are going to build the coolest, strongest community in crypto, because right here is where we're just going to keep it simple and try and give you the best overall middle ground content for crypto in the business. So we really do appreciate you guys, and we appreciate all of the support and the love that you guys have been giving me. And I just want to send all that love back. You guys are awesome, and it really means a lot that I have people in here that are willing to give me your eyes, ears, and attention, and I want to make sure that I'm providing that attention and love back to you guys. So I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.